Have you ever heard a long story with many twists and turns? The book of 2 Kings in the Bible is a bit like that. It picks up where 1 Kings left off, telling the story of God's people, split into 2 kingdoms, Israel in the north and Judah in the south. After the great King Solomon, a long line of kings came to rule. Imagine a parade of kings, one after another. Sadly, most of them didn't follow God's ways. They forgot about Him and started leading the people down the wrong path, building statues to false gods and doing things that made God sad. It was a time of great spiritual confusion. But even when things looked dark, God didn't abandon His people. He sent brave messengers called prophets. You might have heard of Elisha, a powerful prophet who performed amazing miracles, like helping a poor widow whose oil never ran out and even bringing a boy back to life. These prophets were like spiritual superheroes, sent by God with a clear message. Turn back to God. Remember His love and His laws. They warned the kings and the people over and over again, trying to get them to listen before it was too late. Despite all the warnings and miracles, the kingdoms continued to ignore God. They chose their own way instead of His, and as with any choice, there were consequences. It's like if your parents tell you not to touch a hot stove, but you do it anyway, you'll get burned. Because the kingdom of Israel refused to repent. The powerful Assyrian army came and conquered them, taking the people far away from their homes. Their story as a separate kingdom ended right there. The southern kingdom, Judah, saw what happened to Israel, but they didn't learn the lesson right away. They had a few good kings who tried to bring the people back to God, but many others led them back into idol worship. Eventually, their time ran out too. Another mighty empire, Babylon, came and destroyed the beautiful city of Jerusalem and its temple. The people of Judah were taken into exile, forced to live in a foreign land. It was a heartbreaking time, a period of great loss and sorrow for God's people. But even in the midst of this sadness, the story doesn't end in despair. God is always faithful, even when we are not. He had made a promise to Abraham and David long ago, and He never forgets His promises. Through the prophets, God promised that He would preserve a remnant, a small group of faithful people, and one day, He would bring them back to their land. The book of 2 Kings is a powerful reminder that our choices matter. Turning away from God leads to trouble and sorrow. But it's also a beautiful story of God's unending faithfulness and mercy. He disciplines those He loves, but He never gives up on them. He always has a plan for restoration and hope. It teaches us to stay faithful, to listen to His voice, and to trust that even in the darkest times, God is still in control and His promises hold true. Thanks for watching. If this story touched you, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more stories from the Bible. See you next time.